That's it. And now we're live.
Woo!
And 40 just because. Does anyone play any new interesting games because of the Steam sale lately?
I'm broke.
I mean, I bought Skyrim Legendary and Torchlight 2, but I bought them for the level editors. So I haven't played them yet.
Make those levels, make those mods, make them all appear like Schmod.
Alright?
Or is it Smog? I forgot the dragon from The Hobbit.
Smog, yeah.
Yeah.
Or as whatchamacallit calls him, Smaug.
Smaug.
Yeah. Frickin' Bilbo. Smaug. Yeah. Yeah. But no, I haven't really played anything from the Steam sale. I've been wanting to, but my wallet's crying.
Yeah, mine is too. I gotta pay rent.
I actually just kind of put a big dent in what money I had for Far Cry 3, XCOM, Fallout New Vegas, and is there another one that I bought? I'm not 100% sure, but I've only been able to install like 2 of those because apparently Comcast wants to be a little phallus and try to say, hey, you're going over your limit for this new thing that we're doing. And I'm like, fuck you guys.
But the only thing I did get new is the new Transformers. That's about it.
Is it fun? Cause I've seen a lot of people buy it, but I'm gonna have to look into it then. Cause I played some of the first ones that came out about a year ago, and they were kind of.
The first one, War for Cybertron, was good. Fall of Cybertron wasn't that good, but this one is like War for Cybertron, which is a little bit better.
Good to know.
Oh.
Nice headphones.
Me?
Yeah, I just now noticing them.
Thank you. Yeah, they're, if you can see it says Dota. Dota!
Oh no, but your lower third is covering it.
What's covering it?
Your lower third. Little thing that's the Jake. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Strut it. Pose.
They're pretty sweet.
The Vogue at the end, man.
They're pretty sweet. They're like pillows for your ears. I love them.
Oh, that's the best feeling ever, man. I hate when the headphones are so flat or so stiff that they begin to irritate the ear.
Yep. Yep. Know them feels. Yeah. So, yeah, nothing exciting for me on Steam, unfortunately. I almost bought the Counter-Strike pack. It came with like all of the Counter-Strike games, but I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, I came close to buying Gary's mod, but I couldn't bring myself to that last minute decision to say buy it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It's a Steam sale. Every mistake you make will be okay because everything's cheap now.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah. Have you ever bought a game on Steam sale to only be like, why did I buy this?
Let me look. Yes. Yes.
See.
I have 2 games.
I have.
I would say 3, but one of them was gifted to me, so I can't say that because I didn't buy it.
Yeah. One of them was gifted to me too.
Yeah, so y'all got so many nice people to gift you all games.
Is it the game I'm thinking about, Lewis? Is it the same one? Orion Dino Horde?
Oh. I was thinking of another one, but yeah, that's another one too.
Okay, that's what I thought.
another one on the list.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the discussion at hand, and that will be the fact that college will now have League of Legends support for scholarships. We got a college called Robert Morris in Chicago. Chicago. they're now offering scholarships to League of Legends players, and this is like a new step in the direction for esports. And for people who do not know, esports are basically anything dealing with virtual competing against other players, like League of Legends tournaments. I think they got Team Fortress. Why my camera not focusing? Team Fortress tournaments, Dota tournaments. It's just massive amounts of tournaments that players can get into for money and actually compete for titles, awards, and everything. And now they're coming to school, so now we're going to have this whole new franchise of college-level professional gaming that can maybe put a new marketing industry twist on things that we. And my camera's still getting fuzzy. Twist on it. So, what are you guys' opinion on it? Jacob, you're like the first front-runner person I know about this subject.
Take it away.
Oh, well, when we were driving around earlier today, I just happened to catch it on my email and I was reading into it. It seems pretty cool. It says that they're going to fund 30 renewable scholarships, some of which valued at $19,000, which are renewable. So, I mean, I'd take that for UAT any day. It says that the people joining that school are going to join the Collegiate Star League, which has 103 universities currently participating in it.
That's a lot.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's mainly for competitive nature. I mean, I'm assuming they also have like casual clubs and LAN parties and whatnot as well. But there's also a link to the actual Chicago Tribune where they talk about it. I didn't actually get a chance to read it yet. I don't know. Can you guys do links or? Yeah.
I think I can. I
can put it in chat if you want.
Yes, please.
There's the one to the Chicago Tribune. If you guys want to take a gander at it.
Take a good gander. My name is Gandalf. By the way, have you guys... oh, wait. What am I looking at? I think this is the one. Start screen share. Yes.
Yep, that's it.
Man.
We will have this link posted in the description below. If we don't, feel free to yell at me personally because I have a bad habit of forgetting to add links to descriptions after the live event. But you can see here, college recruiting gamers as athletes. And that is perfectly fine. Let's actually look up the definition. Not the food, define athlete.
The foo. That programming
then. A person who is proficient in sports and other forms of physical exercise. And as you know, well, if you don't know, this actually caused a giant stir in sportsism as it is. People saying that playing games and competitively was not a sport because of the lack of physical exercise. But have you seen people thumbs? Have you seen gamers thumbs?
Dude, watch the Koreans play StarCraft, man. Just watch them. They're like intense, man.
Gamers thumbs.
There's an actual symptom called a gamer's thumb.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm saving this. Oh my.
I say mine is almost there. I got 4.
Got 4? Oh man.
Yeah, I got 4.
6-pack thumb, nice. God, that's oh my god.
I'm lagging behind.
Yeah, he's still looking a little fat, but he got 4 though.
Oh man, I thought that picture of the guy in the blue shirt on your screen was Dendy for a minute. I was about to laugh really hard, but it's not. Okay, that's good.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, I saw that too. That looks gross.
Dude, that's not gamer thumb. That's something. Oh,
that's sticking your finger up something that ain't supposed to be there, thumb.
Yeah. But I mean, there's traditional athletes, but then people also need to realize that they're not calling it sports; they're calling it esports, so it's electronic sports. So there is a difference there. So
yeah,
indeed.
People aren't really distinguishing between that; they're just considering it an actual sport.
Yeah.
Also, to add on to what Jake was talking about, they have 1,500 inquiries for the school, mostly just by gamers. And it's already 80% of people already filled out the application.
Now, I see this going in 2 possible directions. All right, and one is really good. The other is really bad. So of course, if this is the only school to do this, currently at the moment, which is not, because it's going to bring in a ton of students, and other colleges are going to see this and say, we want that money farm. But
Of course.
if Robert Morris University can get this many students, they can actually start to support, with the wave of new students, you can lower tuition costs, you can lower other things, and actually have a very nice new era of college universities that actually work with modern day technology for students in ways to both use gaming in a way to instruct, learn, give them motivation, give them reasoning. You can host events at the school, like when they play football games in stadiums. You can rent out rooms or big old areas at the college to host matches, games. I don't know the technical term for like a football game for a tournament. I guess you can say tournament.
Yeah.
And that can bring in so much revenue alone for the college. Or they can just bring in all these massive amounts of students and then just jack up tuition and then jack up, like people living on dorms for their internet uses and just kind of go crazy with it and then end up milking every student dry.
Yep.
It'll definitely start something.
They won't care either.
It's gonna be like Michael Jackson. Why you gotta be starting something? Got to be starting something. Gotta get over, yeah. That's all I'm gonna sing before we get sued for copyright infringement.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's gonna be something similar to regular sports. You have to keep your GPA up and whatnot, or else they kind of cut you off.
Oh yeah, definitely. This definitely gonna be like that. I mean, if they're trying to stay in that sport figure, they have to keep that same, They have to, because I mean, like, they ain't about to have them kids in there just, playing League of Legends. No, that's not the reason for it. It's just that they want that money, but they need to keep their academic scores up also. So.
Yep. I was like, can you imagine them like in Letterman jackets? Just like walking out of school,
gosh.
you look and you're like,
You're like, what's good, girl? League of Legends right there, baby.
I mean,
Legends right there.
Probably have like team jerseys, if anything. Oh my god, like the Korean players. Oh my god. Just have like advertisements for them and stuff.
I was like, as long as it's not a polo shirt, that's fine. Not really a fan of the polo shirts.
Neither am I. I'm not really a fan of anything with the collar on it personally, but that's just me and my rebellion youth type thing. Yeah. But speaking about the GPA requirements to keep the scholarships and everything, I was actually talking with Jacob about this earlier, and he brought that whole thing up. And then I also kind of pegged the question. This could be the first step in seeing this entire industry of esports blow up into something national, just like how basic sports around the world are. And can you imagine students going to college on this scholarship just to get recruited or drafted to a professional gaming team, and then when they get drafted or sign as a teammate or a team player, they just quit school. I would laugh. I mean, it's awesome, and you use the tools that are given to you. That's what you should do. Hey, it's a tactic, but I just kind of find that to be kind of cool and kind of funny at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think it will ever come down to a draft until the actual, like, I want to say how the football association is or the NBA association is. Until it becomes a huge association, then possibly not a draft. Until they start doing actual state like drafts, cities, stuff like that, then they will not have a draft. They will still just get people that they think is good online that plays stuff like that. But unless it's like a literally state-wide teams, the 50 states or how many states they want to do.
But probably only going to have like 30 states to be able to hold that bandwidth.
Exactly. And it's mostly going to be mostly the eastern states.
Yeah.
And even then, most of the esports stuff. Oh, sorry. Most of the esports stuff right now is international. Like, for example, the Dota TI4 prize pool.
Oh my God, that jump is ridiculous.
It's been increasing. So it's over $8 million for a prize pool for the first place team to win the Dota tournament. So like, it's already pretty damn big.
Hey Jacob,
Yeah.
you want to teach me how to play Dota?
I mean, I could if you want to, pound your brain into this wall for a while and then
I know, right?
figure it out. It's not for the faint of heart.
It isn't, yeah.
But speaking on the whole state regional things and whatnot, I can actually see this happening in the next 10 or so years. Like I said, this is the first step, but if this actually picks up and takes off, like gaming and competitive gaming and esports as a whole could be a whole new form of entertainment. I mean, just you don't have to worry about severe injuries like you do with football teams and whatnot. There's just it's kind of like a new entertainment. It's just like Let's Play gaming. Like it just blew up overnight when they are online. It's become a way to actually make a substantial amount of money. Not something that most people can do in like here and there, but it's a new type of business. So to see it grow, I would love to. To see it not, I guess we will see when it's time to. I don't know if that makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
what are you posting in the chats?
Sorry, it's just you're talking about serious injuries, and I was just like laughing really hard because I can like picture them like freaking out like mid game, like, oh my hand, bring the band.
Carpal tunnel.
Time out. Sorry, I was just.
Say the truth though, and since MLG is already like a huge thing already, they would be the association. You know what I'm saying? If they got the money for it, they would be the association to start it all for the new cities and stuff like that. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly what I was thinking.
I got the reference.
Oh my
Don't worry.
god.
That's totally gonna be esports. That's how I see
In a
it.
few years.
So, guys, that's pretty much our information about the. Did my camera just go off?
No, you're still.
I still see
good.
it.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty much basically what we had to say about the esports coming to college for scholarships. I want to know if you guys have any opinions about it to our viewers out there. If you're gonna watch this later or whatever is possible. I can't see myself on my screen, so I don't know how weird I look doing.
Oh my goodness! Just talk.
Okay.
So the next topic I wanted to bring up was pretty much gaming in general, since we do have the Steam sales going on, as you probably heard in the beginning of our basic discussion. How do you guys feel about Steam sales today? Do you think that we're still getting good deals on good games, or the fact that games are steadily decreasing in their content, their meat of their systems, and that we're pretty much just buying games at their actual value nowadays?
Like this. Indie game.
Interesting point.
Simply indie game. Just because we are so now getting used to just paying for $15 or $10 indie games, we're not getting that full content that we actually deserve in the full price. So, I mean, like, I'm not saying indie games are bad, but they are kind of. Me personally, I think they fucking up the game industry.
Hey, that's one good opinion, though. I mean, your opinion is your opinion. Lewis, how about you?
Oh man. Okay, so indie games with me. Honestly, if you find it fun and you like it, you're happy with the price paid, I think it's fine. You should be happy with supporting the little indie game company. Bigger companies, I think it's a chance for them to actually knock down their prices and actually see how many people buy their product when they don't like boast it at $60. What is that one game? Thief that came out like a couple months ago. It's like at $35 or something right now on Steam. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. It's pretty cheap right now. Like what? That game just came out. It's from Square Enix.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just surprised that's that low. So I mean, I would buy it at that price honestly, because I heard it's not too good of a game. It's not too polished. So you just don't always get the money that you pay for when you pay those $60. I think $35 is a more fair price for that game.
But if you love the classic, it's still a great game. If you played classics, it's still great to play it because I enjoyed the Thief series back in the day on the PC. So
Yeah.
those were the days, the golden days for Thief. But I mean, like even now, it's still a great game. But I mean, like of course they changed a little bit of stuff. So, but it's alright.
Jacob, what about you, sir?
It's a good question you bring up. I honestly have mixed feelings about it. I think it's a little of both. Like, it might also be because since I'm really busy with school right now, I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of things coming out, so I don't know much about a lot of the new stuff. But also, like, it almost gives us the mentality, like Shaq said, that since we know the Steam sale's coming, we almost hold off on buying the game in hopes that it will be cheap to save us money to purchase the game. So, I mean, like, for example, right now I see Dark Souls, and I saw Dark Souls 2 is out on sale right now. Dark Souls is old. Dark Souls 2 isn't that old, but it's, from a lot of people I've heard, even though it's like a niche genre, it's also a very good game. Like, it's really fun. It keeps people interested. And they have a lot of New Game Plus, so you can play the crap out of it. So, I mean, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it.
Shoot, Dark Souls is free on Xbox 360 right now.
Yeah.
only for gold, though. Only for gold.
I mean, but still, I mean, it's the same thing with PlayStation, though. I mean, you still gotta have plus pass, you know what I'm saying, just to get the game, but I mean, it's still free. I mean, I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, I still do the free, I mean, even if I'm still paying for my subscription.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
That's actually a good thing that I think that the Xbox One and the PS4 have to do that only because that is the only thing that's keeping them from, well, not the only thing, but one of the biggest things keeping them from being put underwater from PC gamers. But back on topic, I only brought that up because I read an article about the emails being sent from a lot of game developers, like actual staff of big AAA industry game developers, and they basically list about how they can just be fired in like the next morning without any heads up, and how when you can see that these drastic measures are taken in terms of how much money is put into the game, how long it's been in development, the see like how big it is, and then how much we pay for it, and the fact that sometimes like Watch Dogs, we saw one thing at E3, and then we got a different game on the actual release. And don't get me wrong, it's a fun game. I mean, it's a fun game, but I can't help but feel cheated in that I paid $60 for what I wanted, what I saw at E3, and I didn't get that on release. And in terms of indie games, talking about E3, the game that has me the most interested with this too is No Man's Sky, which is an indie studio indie game, and The Witcher 3, which is a top dog, top tier game, but they're very they don't deal with other studios. It's just that one team, and they do things how they just do it right. That's my opinion.
Yeah, No Man's Sky is definitely going to be one of those games where it's just like, you showing me this, so I expect this, and if it's not there,
I'm riding.
They're going to disappoint, literally. Because I mean, just being able to go to fucking planet to planet is like the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. And if I don't get a chance to explore too much on that planet, I'm going to be furious. I expect big, expansive planets with different types of animals, not the same animals every, 5 planets. I expect different animals, or whatever the case may be. I expect a lot from that game. I mean, hopefully, hopefully they don't just stop with just the release of the game and like, all right, we done. Hopefully, as an indie game, they add more to it. Hopefully, that's all I'm saying. Because if they do, it's gonna be great. I mean, sadly, it's on PlayStation. Whatever.
It's gonna be on all systems. It's just coming out
really?
first for a limited time.
Okay. I thought it was only PlayStation only.
No, I'm getting it on the PC, son.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I don't want to buy a PlayStation 4 just for this one game. You know what I'm saying? So I love my Xbox One. I mean, I'm gonna miss out on Little Big Planet 3. I was still skeptical about it. I mean, just the way it looked, I was just like, the extra sack boys wasn't really needed.
Yeah.
Or the sack people, whatever the crap they are. And I mean, it seemed like they are moving away from what the first one was, which I'm kind of not liking, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And
Did we even talk about or did you have a big conversation about the E3 press conferences?
We haven't had one yet. That's actually going to be the next topic because
So we definitely need to talk about that shit.
Because Jacob here was actually lucky enough to go to E3.
I did too.
Oh, you seriously?
Yeah, Microsoft, man. Microsoft privileges, baby.
You didn't let me know. You did not let me
Microsoft privileges.
And I would like to have a disclaimer for anyone who watched the E3 series or who continue to watch E3 next year and whatever. Never buy into what you see at E3. Get excited for the games you see, but never expect that quality. Even if it's a cutscene, even if you see gameplay, just be skeptical about everything until you get it in your hands yourself. Okay, that's just my disclaimer. My disclaimer.
Yeah, cinematics and gameplay. That's what people sometimes don't differentiate, and that screws them over.
Exactly. But I want to go to Jacob and ask you about, the things that you love most about E3, the things you got to experience. I know you played a few games, and you had messaged me like you were giddy as a schoolgirl in a shop who had infinite things to eat.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin. Like always, I say like I've been there a lot. This is my second time going to E3, and it was literally, again, like the most fun I've had in a long time. And I got to go by myself this time, so I literally got to do whatever I wanted. Shaq knows a little bit more about that one. Anyways, basically, I just had a great time. I really, really enjoyed Activision this time. Destiny was really, really fun. I love the multiplayer. I like where they're going with it so far. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, actually can say I'm really excited for a Call of Duty game. Like, they had me impressed. I don't know what it was, but it was great. I liked it a lot. I think it's because they're going for actual futuristic approaches to things now, when they haven't really done it in the past to an extent that I've wanted to see, I guess. But I liked it. Also, The Witcher 3 was amazing. It was really fun to get to sit and talk to the guys, and all the features that they got to add that they showed us was really cool. I got to play a Steam game, and kind of an indie-ish Steam game, Gauntlet. They're remaking the original Gauntlet and releasing it on Steam, so that was really fun. I'm excited for that. I like the dungeon crawl. What else? Played a new game mode for Battlefield and Titanfall. Those are fun, but I mean, those are kind of well-established titles already. Let's see. In the other section, there was... Oh no, I'm forgetting Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. Far Cry 4 looks really cool. The villain is like... I don't know too much about the Far Cry games, but the villain was really cool. So in the trailer, and like when we watched everything, it looked really sweet. So like you said, I'm really hype over the trailers, and some of the gameplay was great. But yeah, you have to be careful with what actually happens when the game produces. But Assassin's Creed Unity, I'm really excited for that because from what I understand, it's going to be 4-player co-op campaign. Awesome! I
love it. I love it.
I can't wait. It's bringing me back into the series because I was done with the series, but now I'm just like, oh, well, take my money again, Ubisoft, please.
I would like to interrupt here.
That's fine.
One thing, if any one of you guys out there are excited for Far Cry 4, like me and like Jacob, and I'm pretty sure like everyone in the discussion, there was a lot of what's the word? Skeptics. People were kind of flipping out over the fact that it seemed to be another white guy in another country full of other ethnicity, and it was going to be another white man power fantasy. The main character is apparently the same ethnicity as the people in the lands where they're located. So that's one thing I'm kind of happy about. It's not like a terribly bad thing to see in games. It's refreshing to see it. As for Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed 4, just like Jacob, I was done with the series after Black Flag, but it looks really good. They are also in a big trouble about having no female protagonists at all in the game, and everyone knows that the greatest assassin during the French Revolution was a female. So there's that whole ordeal, and then they came out and said that the reason why there isn't a woman character is because they would have to reanimate all the bodies and yada yada yada. To which 4 other gaming company dev studios said that's BS. But that's neither here nor there. I'll probably do a video about that later. But
to tell you the truth, man, it's more to that. they could have came up with a little bit better excuse than that. I think it's more of the actual lore of Assassin's Creed, not actually it being them having to do the female character. They will actually have to change stuff around just to actually fit that female character in there. That was my main thing about it. They could have at least said that, just because. I mean, like, if you think about it, I mean, we mostly own. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's mostly about Desmond. I haven't played Assassin's Creed 4 yet, which I need to hurry up and do. Listen, I haven't finished it. I haven't finished 3 yet, because that's just like, I've been working all the time. So that's why I'm just like, I just need to hurry up and finish before Unity come out and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, like, it's just that changing that lore around would be pretty hard right now. Especially in the series now, it would be pretty hard to do. So that's my only thing about Assassin's Creed.
I will say this. Having Carlet Corday, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's the one that everyone wanted to see as a playable character in Unity. I don't think it would have been hard to fit her in as a main character. And when you say about the continuity of the franchise, I'll let you see what happens in Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, because I don't think there would have been an issue there.
Really? Okay.
Really?
Right. Yeah, okay. I just need to hurry up and finish this crap already.
What's more of your take on Assassin's Creed 4?
Definitely the co-op. I mean, like, it's just that I was just happy to see it. I was waiting for it. I mean, it was the biggest thing for me. I mean, okay, one thing that actually surprised me is that they showed it at the Microsoft press conference.
Yeah.
Why was that?
That
interests the hell out of me, just because Sony does it every time. Always had it. Always, you know what I'm saying, always did. What happened this year? But I'm going to just leave that alone. But it looked good, you know what I'm saying. I was surprised. I mean, especially when you actually, when they demoed it, actually walking into some of the buildings, and it was like some missions in there and stuff like that, extra missions that you can do, and then actually have people, you know, saying join in there. I don't know how that's going to work. I wonder if it's, you know, just single. Are those missions going to be the multiplayer aspect? I mean, the co-op aspect of that, or is it going to be hop in a campaign lobby and then finish it like that? Who knows? I'm sure it won't go that route, which would be pretty hard to do, especially when it comes to actually people's like saved or where they at and stuff like that. But I think the missions that are actually placed in those different areas itself are those co-op missions, but then they probably will have co-op missions for itself.
Makes sense.
For actually people to jump in on. Just how they did it, like the Spartan Ops, you know what I'm saying, in Halo.
Yeah. Oh, we have to get to Halo later, but.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna go all out on that.
Jacob, what about you in Assassin's Creed 4?
Black Flag?
Not 4.
No,
Unity.
Okay. Okay. I don't know, because I didn't get to play it when I was there. I just saw the trailer, and they told us there was going to be stuff for it, but then when we got there, we didn't get anything. So it was also towards the end of the convention, because it was one of the last games I saw. So I wonder if that's why. But like, I don't know. I hope the way they're going to do it is similar to what Jack said. Like, I guess they have like. Or either that or like Dark Souls, when you're just like you're playing the game and then you can freely jump in to the game with your friends and join on the quest with them. Like
exactly, I forgot to mention that too. It actually looked that way, how it was. Like if your friend is just like playing and then you just join in just like that. That'll probably be another aspect of that too.
Yeah, and until that time, if you're just like playing by yourself, then like your other 3 people that are with you are like just AI controlled computers, and then your friends can like take them over when they join the game and then help you out and stuff. I think that would be cool.
Here's hoping that the AI is actually smart and not frustrating.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So if you guys have any opinions about the new Assassin's Creed 4, please leave them in the comments below. I am actually still skeptical about myself about it, only because I've played literally not every single Assassin's Creed game, not like the portable ones and
I haven't played
Bloodline. But
No one needed.
generally speaking, the games are always fun in terms of their main mission stories, but they always seem bogged down about the little side things, and the side things are just so unneeded. Or, I mean, I like the fact that they're there, but they could use a lot of life to them. And when I saw the gameplay footage, and they walked into the room, like you said, Shaq, and there was a mystery death murder, and he says, "No worries, my lady. I will go find the killer. I'll bring him to justice." I can't speak like a Frenchman. Excuse me.
It sounds like Arnold.
I know.
But it seemed to me that it's going to be like a RPG-esque type of thing where you leave a quest open-ended and you can kind of go explore and kind of get closer to finishing it as time goes on at your own leisure. And I would love that instead of having a go find a pigeon and get an assassination contract and go there because you need to do it now. Lewis, did you have any love for the Assassin's Creed series? I know you're not the biggest Assassin's Creed player.
I kind of stopped after Brotherhood. Didn't even finish Brotherhood, actually. Got like halfway through and just stopped. I was like, you know what? It's just going to be another cliffhanger. No, I'm not going to do this. Like, you can't do this to my heart. I just stopped.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, there was only one more after Brotherhood that actually ended the Ezio trilogy. But yeah...
Revelation.
Ended.
Now, Lewis, I do know you're a fan of the Team Fortress games. Did you hear about the new cinematic with the like episode cartoon thing?
Episode cartoon? I did not. What is this?
Apparently, they did another one of those series where they do all the animated characters.
Oh.
Yeah, and it looked good. I haven't finished the entire thing. I haven't watched the thing from beginning to end yet, but it made me want to get interested into Team Fortress.
Love and War. Okay.
All right, so the next topic about today, or still kind of with E3 gaming, is the fact about just everything Halo. And personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Halo anymore. I lost it after Halo 2. It kind of went downhill for me after that. But I have to say, learning more information about one of the new Halo protagonists, or at least main characters in the series, is his name Commander Locke or Colonel Locke?
Agent Locke. It's Agent Locke. That's all that's known.
He looks pretty cool, man, and I'm hoping he has a nice attitude about him. It kind of seems like Halo plus Dead Space outfit wise, and I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. Now I just hope they do something really cool to re-energize the series. To me, in terms of writing wise, and they might have me jumping back on for a Halo fan, not fanboy, but as a Halo fan.
I'm gonna put it like this: everybody. So no, not everybody, but a lot of people should stick on to Halo. Like a lot of people just thinking like, oh man, Halo is just like this multiplayer, blah blah blah, stuff like that. No, Halo story itself is just fucking enormous. Like people don't even know how enormous the Halo story is.
There are
like I mean, of course there's books, but you got to think about the Spartans, these projects. This and that and this military, this and that, and the different different species of aliens that are in this universe. I mean, like, just the Forerunners itself, which was unknown until, like, until you actually started reading the books, but not really until, like, Halo 4, especially people that don't really know, that actually, like, took the time to know about them. But, I mean, like, this, like, literally... just them showing the Master Chief Collection alone at first, that trailer that they showed, literally had me crying in tears. Just because I seen the Arbiter, Agent Locke, who I probably have a idea of who this guy is. I mean, it's so much to the Halo universe that people don't understand, and literally, if they would take the time to actually know it and read it, they will get back into the series and be like, oh my god, Halo is this fucking amazing universe. Literally. Now, just to talk about Agent Locke, I don't know why people say Locke, but it's, in the trailer he says, the Arbiter says Locke. I don't know if anybody played Spartan Ops in Halo 4. Nope. Okay. So, there's this character, I can't remember his name. He, in the middle of the story of Spartan Ops, he gets not transported, but teleported over to like this place with these aliens and stuff like that, and blah blah blah, whatever. And so, so he's finding information and stuff like that. But he started getting a relationship with Dr. Halsey. Not really like a loving relationship, but like a relationship like Master Chief.
Gotcha.
And so I think that it is his job. I think he is Agent Loke just because I think he actually had to work with the Arbiter for some reason. We'll find out when that TV series or whatever series happens, whatever. Is that he probably will be Agent Loke, and then he has to find Chief just so that he can get, them together and actually get Halsey, because I think they're actually about to try to kill Halsey. Just because of the power that she has and the knowledge that she has, it's ridiculous. And it's a possible chance that they might bring back one of her students, which is literally amazing. One of her students is amazing to me. The best, like next to her, probably even better. They actually might bring her back into the series, which she was only shown in Halo Wars, and actually let her take over what Halsey has done and actually start a whole new Spartan project, which might be the Spartan Fives, or it might be a new whole project. It might just be something else. Who knows?
That's actually sounds like a really nice writing plot. It'd be one of those handing off the torch to the next torch bearer,
Right, but the thing is about her student is that she's still lost in space. And that's the only thing about her. And so I'm thinking that they might actually find her this time just because the Flood is not dead. Right. The Flood are still alive.
And for any person who is not big on sci-fi, rule number 1: if a character who has a name who has survived more than like 5 or 5 chapters, 2 books, or 5 episodes, if they get lost in space, if they weren't clearly killed off, they're coming back. That's the law of sci-fi.
Of course. And now it's just Halo 5 itself. I expect them to do a lot with the story this time. Not really. I mean, Halo 4 story itself was actually just pretty long gameplay-wise, campaign-wise. It was actually pretty long for a Halo campaign. I want to say they probably are going to actually do a lot more with it this year. I mean, not this year, but next year. And I mean, like it's really going to be expensive. I definitely see another Spartan Ops coming with that also to continue with it, because I mean the Spartan Ops story was actually pretty good. I mean, just itself. I mean, I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it was pretty good. Let's see what else. Multiplayer wise, the new abilities and stuff like that they kind of showed off actually surprised me. I was like, okay, that actually looks pretty good. I mean, stuff like that. But I hope they don't change the Halo gameplay around. I hope they still continue with, the traditional Halo 4, Halo 2 style. But we'll see what they do with the Halo 5, with the beta coming out in December.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, Lewis, I want to talk to you about this particular subject because I know you are like a fan when it comes to streaming shows to various devices and whatnot. How do you feel about the gaming industry getting into the tele-entertainment department in terms of like Halo is going to come out with its own series. Xbox One has Quantum Break, which is a game that's also going to have its own series. Do you think that's pretty cool, since I know you're a big fan of things like Breaking Bad and that has like a cult following? Do you think they can carry on from game to TV show cult following wise?
Well, first on the cult following thing. Yeah. You're kind of right. People like still make jokes about like Breaking Bad, even though like almost a year ago.
Oh, that's going down.
People still talking about that. I think they could do it because games are like really immersive to begin with. So you get people like Halo, for instance. People get really into the game. They love the story. Of course, the web series will follow along. Like, for example, there's this game called StarCraft. It's got this little and a mini web series called Jacob, do you remember what it's called? You're the one who really shows it to me.
I think it's Starcrafts.
StarCraft, yeah.
It's called Carbot Animations, so that's the people who do it. Let me look. I think it's Starcrafts, like it's plural.
It's not really like a web series. It's more like little little shorts, little animation shorts that just like play off the game.
It's Starcrafts.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there's definitely a market for it.
Awesome. What about you, Jacob? Do you think it can actually survive in terms of that polar shift?
Halo? Are we talking about Halo still, or?
Halo, Quantum Break, just games that are going to have TV series to go alongside of them in general. Is one of Microsoft's biggest plans.
Probably. I mean, there's probably going to be a group of people that'll watch it, regardless of how many people hate it. I mean, there always is. I think it'll probably do okay. It is Microsoft after all. But I mean, I don't know too much about it right now, or anything related. I don't watch web shows too much, except for the StarCraft one. That's it.
Damn you, sir. Okay, just right now, you need to go check. This isn't anything about gaming or anything, but you need to go check out the web series Bravest Warriors.
Oh
Bee
my
and Puppy Cat. There's a bunch more. But yeah, I'll send you more later when this is over.
Okay.
Shaq, since you work with Microsoft, if you hear anything, let me know.
Hey, I gotta keep my lips sealed, yo. I can't
you can be
know
anonymous.
Anonymous.
Mum's the word, sir.
Hi, Mom.
That's funny.
That pretty much wraps up the game category that I want to talk about.
Hold on. Don't do nothing yet. We gotta still talk about this one thing.
I'm listening.
Who won the press conference, in your opinion?
My personal opinion, I know this is kind of a cop-out, but I'm going to say the players. And I know usually I would never go this route, but I have to say they were pretty much even across the board. All three, it's including Nintendo, even though they really weren't at E3, but they had their own little thing. I'm putting them in that category as well. Microsoft came out hitting hard, hitting strong. They want to let everyone know we're no one's bitch, and I think they did that. They redeemed themselves from last year. They had everything lined up. They said that they're going to have a patch to increase output of the Xbox One's power, which personally I don't see as a problem in terms of gaming. That's just people who like to nitpick. Personally, any console that's not a PC will always have limited operations, but that's don't get mad about that. I'm not a PC fanboy. I just call it how it is. In terms of Sony, I think they did a wonderful job. They didn't have anything super exciting either. They kind of just stayed where they were with a little bump up with the announcements of games by the same developers who made Dark Souls, with the new it looks like it's in Europe or in England, and they're all zombies with zombie dogs, and cool game, yada yada yada. The New Order 1885, 1886 looks really good. Jacob, you said you saw or you played that, right?
Which one?
The Order 1886.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. He told me about
awesome.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be, great. In terms of Nintendo, Smash, that had everyone
of course
tipping balls. Now, personally, I think Nintendo are still dropping badly. But their little things that they showed off were steps in the right direction, and I hope they can bounce back and bring back the love and respect that I once had for them. Because I'm gonna tell you this now, what really kind of cut the last cord with me and them was when they had released the Wii U, they cut all Wii support like 3, 4, 5 months after, and it was horrible. But that's just me. So I think every player who saw games and who are going to be interested by these games are going to love everything that we saw at E3, especially The Division. But I still have things I'm going to hold off from that only because there are some news about microtransactions that didn't sound too good to me. But we got to wait to see more. But that's just my personal opinion. Shaq, I'm pretty sure you're going to say Microsoft, not as a fanboy, but I can tell you're pretty excited for all the Halo series and whatnot. So am I right in guessing that it's Microsoft for you?
Nope. You are mistaken, sir.
Wow.
Ooh.
I'm going with Ubisoft this year. They performed well. They did what they needed to do. I mean, come on now. You got Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. I mean, the new Just Dance again. But I mean, like, they announced some pretty good titles. I mean, just the Division itself, which is a big thing, plus Rainbow Six coming back. Like, come on now. It don't get no better than that. You know what I'm saying? It's literally, Ubisoft took it this year. I'm proud of them. I mean, EA did a good job, especially when it comes to their sports. They saying our sports is like this. I mean, they didn't announce NBA Live, which kind of hurt them. I mean, 2K games is still on, on top of the, like basketball scene. But if they wanted to have that dominance in the sports world, they gotta, they gotta have NBA Live. They have to. The Sims 4. I mean, like, come on now. I mean, like, everybody still loves Sims. Like, you can't get tired of the Sims, man. Like, I don't care what you say. You can't get tired of it.
Jabba babba shabba habba.
Exactly. Sunset Overdrive gonna be okay. I mean, like, I don't expect to be like that woo title, you know what I'm saying? But I expect to be like, okay, I got a game that I can have for a hot minute. There's a lot of things for me to do in there and stuff like that. Let me see what else. I just had a freaking list up. Nintendo, I believe, out of just the big three itself, I want to say Nintendo won that just because of their list. I mean, their list is, I mean, it's expansive, but they did bring some titles that people actually wanted. Sony, I think they fell off and went to the Microsoft side of last year's E3 just because they started talking about that PS Vita TV and they still not supporting the Vita how they need to support it.
Agreed.
I mean, like, come on now. Like, literally, this is supposed to be your other system or just portable system that's supposed to be key into your gaming environment, and you still have not given the support of it that it needed, and that's why half of these portable games are going to the 3DS. I want, me personally, I still wanted my, Monster Hunter to be on PlayStation. I still wanted it. I still wanted it just because I loved it on the PSP. I would have loved it on the Vita, but I don't mind it being with Nintendo. I mean, like, if Nintendo was better with their online service,
that's the only.
Yes, I would be happy with that. But it's just that, their service is really that good. I mean, I enjoyed a couple games off of PSP. Patapon to Phantasy Star Portable. Patapon was that shit. You can't lie.
That's pretty damn
cool.
cool.
Monster Hunter, it's a couple indie games that I actually played on the Vita, which was pretty good. But my favorite will always be Patapon and Monster Hunter. Like, I love Patapon. Like, I literally want another Patapon. I mean, if they have to, take their ass over to Nintendo because I want what I wanted, But, I mean, it's just that Sony really needs to support the Vita or they're going to lose out on another, great, I don't know what the word is, great gaming system, I guess. I mean, like, they just need to step it up and bring the Vita to what it needs to be.
Agreed.
Just because, I mean, you can do crossplay, but the crossplay isn't really that good. I mean, it's sometimes slow, especially playing Battlefield. It doesn't feel right playing Battlefield 4 on the Vita doing crossplay. It literally feels terrible. Even Call of Duty and any other shooter, really. So, I mean, me personally, I don't think crossplay is really effective yet.
Yeah.
When it comes to Microsoft, they, they laid it down. It was like, okay, we only talking about games. Which, and then, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Sony was still trying to talk trash in their press conference, but they really couldn't talk trash because their press conference literally was boring. I know you guys have to agree with me because all they talking about was, I got exclusive this, got exclusive that, exclusive this, exclusive that, where are the games? I don't want exclusive in-game content. That doesn't make a game. You know what I'm saying? That I'm going to just only get for the first day, and then that's it. I'm going to get a gun, a costume, and that's about it. I mean, like, I don't want that. Give me something more. If you're talking about exclusive game content, if you're talking about exclusive game content, give me another story. Give me a couple more maps that, you know what I'm saying, that they're not going to get, you know what I'm saying, then I will consider buying it. But are y'all talking about it's just exclusive guns and costumes and maybe some little other bull crap? I don't want that. And that's what kind of made me mad about Sony's press conference, because they tried to talk shit, but they really couldn't, just because all they talked about was exclusive content and not games. And, of course, the PSP Vita TV and they comic book series and all the other bullcrap was going towards entertainment side, which is terrible. So, I mean, me personally, Ubisoft won it. Nintendo, out of the three, won it. And hopefully Nintendo steps it up again next year, because they did a good job this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully step it up and bring out, you know, a Metroid. Of course, the new Star Fox will probably be out next year.
I want new IPs. I'm done with the old. Bring in.
I mean, but they have to though. That's Nintendo. Nintendo has to keep that up. I mean, if they change it up, if they don't change it up, but keep it the same, then yes, I don't want them. But if they actually make something new out of it, then yes, I'm down for it. Yes, IPs on Nintendo's will be great. Well, on Nintendo will be great. I don't mind it at all. I mean, I definitely think it's time to do so. I mean, Splatoon itself was pretty weird. I enjoyed playing it at E3. That was a pretty crazy game. I mean, just for what it's supposed to be. Hopefully, it's not more than $60 or $50. It should be a $40 game. Hopefully, maybe even $30 for what it is. But yes, I definitely expect Nintendo to do better next year, and hopefully they do good next year also.
Awesome.
Keep up the work, Nintendo.
Lewis, what about you, sir? What are your thoughts on the finalization of E3?
Give me 1 second. What was the question again? Sorry.
Who do you think did the best at E3? Like, what are you most excited? What did you see that excited you the most?
Oh man, I wish I kept up with E3, but I didn't. Didn't keep up with E3 this year, honestly. Jacob and you and Shaq are the ones who kept up with it. I did not see anything, honestly.
Hold on. I want to say something. Lewis, I just opened that link. What the hell, man?
That's what I was listening to right now.
Why?
That's what I'm laughing about.
Jacob,
Like when you asked me that, I was like...
Is that why you was like, give me a second?
Yes. Oh my god. Okay.
Jacob, please save Lewis.
Well, it's one of our friends that introduced us to that link, and all I had to do was shake my head, but they're enjoying it, I think.
I'm gonna check.
I did already. That's hilarious.
Jacob, what are your final opinions about who was best at E3, or just your opinions about it?
Right. I mean, second time in a row, like I said before when I first started, E3 is like the best. I love going to E3. It's so much fun. Honestly, I didn't really keep up with the press conferences. Afterwards, I was doing some other things because I was staying with a friend in California.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't actually get to watch the press conferences, but from what I've heard, Sony was like pretty weak, pretty boring. So I mean, I can go with that. But from what I saw on the floor, I think Nintendo was definitely my favorite out of all of it. And forgot to mention earlier, Evolve was so cool.
Yes, it was.
Oh my God, there was.
I mean, yeah.
So many people the entire time. I didn't even get a chance to play it. There were so many people, and I didn't want to wait 4 hours. Is it good?
Yes, it is, dude. I'm putting like this. For the original creators of Left 4 Dead,
yep.
I still fucking love them just because of what they did with this game, dude. Literally, I mean, like, I'm so happy with it. I mean, it's definitely going to be one of my top games of the year. I can't wait to pick it up.
Yeah, Evolve was, it was probably top two, definitely.
Yeah, especially with them showing the new monster at E3, that was ridiculous.
Yep. But, and then, like, I just liked everything. Sony, my favorite thing of Sony was the Order 1886. Oh, I was going to ask you, Shaq, do you know anything about Scalebound?
Scalebound is just...
That you're allowed to talk about?
That's all I got.
Damn
That's
it.
that's awful. I can't. I mean, like, I don't know anything about it, and if I did,
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to disclose it at all.
Bummer. Okay, because
Yeah,
I saw a trailer for it and I thought it looked cool because it looked
it
like elements
does.
of Monster Hunter.
It
So
literally does. Yeah, I'm expecting that. I actually talked to the developers. I asked them if it's a hunter element to it.
yeah.
He says not too much, but that monster feel and
Yeah.
that hunt feel is there. And I was like,
Okay.
all right, that's good. I actually like that.
Yeah, because the trailer looked really, really cool. I liked it a lot. So, but apart from that, yeah, Nintendo was great. Hyrule Warriors was fun. Smash was amazing as usual.
Yeah.
The new Zelda trailer. Oh, do I even need to
I know,
talk
right?
about that?
Oh my god! Oh, I forgot about that. Oh,
Yeah, seriously.
Broke check.
oh my goodness! Almost. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Open world. Oh my goodness.
As he leaves. No, but yeah, just E3 is just great, and this year just as a whole felt really strong in general. So I mean, it's hard for me to pick just one thing.
Awesome. Makes sense. Now, with that, is my microphone working correctly? It sounds weird. With that, that does pretty much conclude our live discussion for today. I want to bring in more about movies and videos at the end as well, but we're pretty much over time. So thank you for all who ends up watching this and who are here currently. Just want to let you guys know the EoZ website is up. We're pretty much ready to take off the under construction sign. I got a few more pages I need to add, and then we're good to go. Blah, 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 blah. There's a few more videos coming up. I'm not able to upload many right now because of Comcast and their phallus tendencies. But we're going to have more Python programming, more Java programming tutorials coming. I know I keep saying that, but believe me, I'm doing the best I can. If you want to see what I've been working on, it's up on the GitHub. Not everything, though. Some of the things I got to add later. There's more videos about some gaming stuff. I have some opinions about Watch Dogs that I've been wanting to get off my chest. That's kind of overdue by now. And there's just things in general. If you haven't heard, there was a hacker attack with a group called Code Stasis, and if you haven't read it or haven't seen anything about it, I'll have a link to our news articles below about it. It's actually quite sad because literally an entire staff of people lost their jobs within 12 hours. They took down the entire company in 12 hours. So it's pretty sad on that front. But that's pretty much all I want to say to you. We have Shaq who joined us today. Shaq, he does streaming. Shaq, what is your Twitch channel?
Silence239. I was streaming earlier today. I was streaming some Watch Dogs. Some people. I mean, it went pretty good.
Feel free to join him when he streams some more. EoZ will eventually have our own official Twitch channel coming up within the next few months, but not in the immediate time. We're also joined by Louis, a.k.a. That Mexican. He is known as the sexy person of EoZ. If you ever seen his picture on the Contact Us page with his nice suave suit and tie. Yes, ladies, yes. And we have a picture of him with rippling muscles. We'll probably show that off later.
Oh my god.
And we were also joined by our good friend Jacob, who we used to call Justin Timberlake.
Oh god, yeah.
That beard, man. That beard. That's it.
If I were ever to be a movie star and had the role of Static Shock, he would literally be Richie, a.k.a. Gear. So if you're at Movie Hollywood Studio, if you want to add us as in Static Shock and Gear, we're available.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
Thank you all yet again for watching another Essence of Zen live talks. We're trying to bring this back, but we're all pretty busy with college, work, life. So hope you guys enjoy. Thank you, and take care. And I love your faces. And good night.
Peace.